Bayern Munich, Bayern buddies, we just won the league. Let's go. Yippee, hooray, hooray. Jump for joy. We did it again. We stole the Bundesliga back from the dark magic Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso, you guys are on fraud watch. What a season it was. Company, Olise, so many great things, so many shaky things to talk about. But today, we're going to give you our first reactions to winning the league and just what we thought of the season after winning it. But yeah, Bayern buddies, the best Bayern duo since Robbery, most underrated duo on the internet. And yeah, let's get into it. Let us know what you guys think about Bayern winning the league. I mean, how we did in the other areas of the season. And yeah, let's lock it in.
So this is Thomas Müller's last ever trophy for Bayern. Granted, we still have a Club World Cup, but who knows if we're going to win that. So far, when we're recording in May 2025, this is going to be his last trophy. And it's very sad, but can't wait to see him lift that trophy again. It'll be absolutely fantastic. I will be flourishing once that happens. But yeah, Thomas Müller, what a legend. Thank you so much for your service at Bayern. I mean, Kane's first ever trophy and Müller's last ever trophy. I feel like we're doing a little nice swap deal. And Kane is going to get a treble at Bayern, and we're going to start cooking, let me tell you.
Thank you, Thomas Müller. My Pookie Bear, legend. Go. We have Harry Kane winning his first trophy. That is awesome. That is amazing. The haters can finally shush. Tottenham fans shush. Actually, really, Arsenal fans can shush. I'm sure Tottenham fans are happy, very happy. But yeah, he got his first trophy with Bayern Munich. Bayern are the best team. Who else could do it but us? Get him his first trophy. Come on now. Not even England could do it. But yeah, Harry Kane wins his first trophy. I don't know. I mean, the memes were all there, of course. They're finally over. I don't know who was taking that stuff seriously. Obviously, quality player. But I mean, it's going to be sad if he only ends up with one Bundesliga. I don't know if it really changes much, to be honest with you. Winning one Bundesliga for your whole career and the Audi Cup, I don't know about that. Bayern need to lock in my opinion. Got to get him a Champions League. Got to get him a DFB Pokal. Another Bundesliga next season for sure. We got to win the treble. That's all we got to do. We got to lock in the treble with Harry Kane. But yeah, one Bundesliga doesn't do enough. I mean, Muller's got like 15 of them things in his belt. So he needs to teach him a couple, how to win some trophies. And yeah, I mean, Harry Kane, happy for him. I mean, he deserved it, obviously. It was about time. The Unk needed his trophy. I don't know. He's like, what, 34 at this point? So, I mean, get Unk his trophy and yeah.
My first thoughts of this is fantastic that we've won the league. Of course, we need to win the league for sure. Bayern standards need to be high. We need to win the league. But at the end of the day, it was not that great of a season. Let's be completely honest. And I'm not going to solely blame it on company. I'm blaming a little bit on the players and I blame it on the board, but I'm not going to blame it too much on company. He had only just a limited things to work with. And he's won the league. So absolutely fantastic. But let's be completely honest here. If Leverkusen did not choke, draw to Union Berlin, lose to Bremen, whatever it was, right? Then we would not be in this position right now. Leverkusen would have been maybe ahead because we kind of sold a little bit in the last couple of games, let me tell you. It was against, I think, Bochum we sold, Union Berlin we also sold, even Leipzig we also sold, technically we did. So obviously, great that we won the Bundesliga, great that we actually have a trophy, great that Harry Kane has got himself a trophy. Now that the Harry Kane curse has been healed, now maybe we can actually start winning the treble and have a UCL three-peat, let me tell you.
Yeah, I see what he's saying. I mean, Leverkusen didn't have nearly as good of a season, and of course, Bayern also didn't have nearly as good of a season. Overall, the Bundesliga kind of dropped off this season, let's be honest. This wasn't one of Bayern's like famous seasons where we were completely dominant, whatnot. I mean, we have a lot of issues that went on. I mean, we're going to be talking about solely the Bundesliga, having our reaction to that in this video, but we can see the issues just blaring through in the Champions League. I mean, obviously the games he mentioned in the Bundesliga and much more. And even in the DFB Pokal, that's been an issue for us for a couple of years, and this year was no different. But in terms of the Bundesliga, I definitely agree. I don't think it was our dominance that won us the league. It was other teams not, catching up to Bayern standard, which has been the case for a couple of years, I would say, in that decade plus where we won the league every year. I think that was the case for some of them, but I think a lot of them we were absolutely dominant as well for a majority of them. So yeah, it was just not a great season for Bayern. Let's just say what we think off the rip of why that is, maybe.
So I definitely have two reasons on why Bayern Munich didn't exceed the expectations. Granted, we, just like we mentioned, we won the Bundesliga, so the expectation was there, but it wasn't as dominant as we Bayern fans are used to. And that has to be because of the injuries. It's the injuries and the board, and Joey's gonna come up with the third one. And yeah, so obviously the first one has to be the injuries. Obviously, our injuries have just not been there. Let's be completely honest with you. We lost Musial, we lost Upamecano. We had their Klassiker without all these great players, Neuer even, Davies, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would say that's probably one of the first reasons why it wasn't as dominant. Who knows, maybe if all those players were there, would we have been as dominant? I think maybe we probably could have been. We would have had a little bit more of a cushion and whatnot. The second one definitely does have to be the board. The board and not letting go of these mediocre players that we know. Examples are Coleman, Sane, Gnabry. I know Sane, at the last bit of the season, he's having his little purple patch, and I know Bayern fans are going to be like, whoa, we need Sane, we need Sane. Yeah, don't believe on that purple patch. It's going to be gone in the next couple of games for sure. Even the Club World Cup, it's going to be gone, let me tell you. So I would say it's obviously the board needs to lock in. The board needs to actually sign some good players, and then we will be flourishing for sure. I wouldn't blame it. I wouldn't necessarily put anything on company for the season for the Bundesliga. He's did what he needs to do, and I'm really happy for that. Now let's see what Joey thinks about the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a time coming. I'll just piggyback off what Pat just said. I mean, his reason for the board just like not selling these players. Look, at the end of the day, this is what it is. Pat was right with the board. We needed to offload players a couple years ago now, and our squad, compared to the 2010s decade plus where we won it, there's just, it's so different. Just the drop in quality is insane, and you can clearly tell that in the play style and the dominance against even smaller teams and bigger teams. I mean, we're not feared nearly as much anymore in Europe, even though, you know, Bundesliga too, I would say. So yeah, you could just tell the quality of players that Bayern has been signing, the scouting they've been doing, just the player profile they've been signing for. It's just been not good enough. It's not been good enough, not up to Bayern standard. And I mean, hopefully we don't become like a United or a Juventus at this point, you know, fall from grace. But we need to lock in now, and the board is a big part of that. And one of the reasons I really think that we are not as dominant, I hope that we could change this. Recently, we've just had, I mean, in the 2020 decade at least, our coaching changes has been insane. I feel like we've had a new coach every year, maybe even less than every year. And I think that's been a big issue with actually signing the players that coaches want. I mean, coaches can cry all they want. Sure, they should be able to play with the players we have, I would say. But like at the end of the day, it would be much better, obviously, to, you know, keep company. Let's say I'm hoping company can be the one where they keep him, create a long-term plan with him. Please, for once, it's been so long since we have a coach for longer than a year. And yeah, we just need to have a coach stick around, create that dominance, create that play style, have the players confident in him. And another part of that is the players crying about the coach after like few games. They're always like to lose confidence in the coach. Their egos, some of them might be too high. I don't know what it is. They're like, oh, we lost a couple games in the Bundesliga, now we're cooked, and we give up and sign a new coach for our sport. We need to get a little more battle-tested players. Like, come on, like stick through it with your coach, and maybe we could actually build a lasting thing at Bayern like we did in the past decade. And yeah, so other than coaching, I mean, when it comes to actually how we played under company this season, I would say the two biggest things, the glaring things, were the chances missed, big chances missed, because we didn't have a problem really creating them, big chances missed, and also obviously individual mistakes from our defenders. Let's cover the missed chances first. Missed chances, I mean, like I said, we're creating them, we're getting them. I mean, against Inter, I know they conceded a lot of goals to Barcelona, but we also did create a lot of chances against them, and we scored actually a lot of goals. I would say a decent amount of goals, more goals than I thought we would against them for how good of a defensive team they actually are. So I mean, we've just seen games where we just create chance after chance after chance, and then we just lose like 2-1, let's say, because we just miss, yeah, like Mainz game, like Pat just said, like we just have a few games like that. I would say a lot of games like that this season. Even if we do win the game, we just should have scored more, and that's been a big thing why we haven't won a lot of trophies, and especially why we haven't been as dominant this season. I don't know, I mean, exactly how to fix that. Obviously, Kane has went off in goals. Olise has been one of our best goal-scoring wingers in a while. Musiala a little injured, so I don't know, he kind of fell off at like not fell off, but he got injured as soon as we needed him most in the peak time of the year, like a lot of our players. But it really comes down to our other wingers that couldn't really finish. Gnabry, Sané are having their purple patches at just the wrong time. They're trying to get Bayern to sign them in an extension. Don't fall for it, please. Just don't fall for it. That's all I'm gonna say. They can't finish their chances anymore. I don't know what's wrong with them. But then we get to the defensive side. I mean, Upamecano has stepped up. He still has that thing in his game where he's in big games. I think he'll make a mistake, but he has turned a corner, and maybe he can continue that momentum after this injury. Unfortunately, of course. Hopefully, he comes back the same. But I think if he can turn that corner, he's become a better defender for Bayern now, playing like how he does against France for us. Hopefully, he can just lock in and take out that defensive error. Now, Kim is another one we got to talk about. I'm gonna mention it a little bit. I'll let Pat talk because I've been yapping for a minute, but I need to talk about this because obviously we get a lot of comments about it. Kim, oh, he's injured. We understand that, but if he's injured, go sit down, to be honest, because I don't need you playing out there if you're injured. Go rest up, go get better. Clearly, like, the Champions League was an afterthought. It was a very low chance that we actually were gonna go through and win it. Just go and rest and get better, because maybe you would actually play good. I don't know. It's a debate. Let's see what Pat says about Kim.
I mean, I'm kind of 50-50 on what he just said, because at the end of the day, if you are able to play, if you're eligible to play, then why not play? Who cares if you're gonna have a little bit of pain and whatnot? You are a Bayern player. You are a warrior. You need to play. You need to, you know, even Musiala, he was in painkillers last season against Real Madrid, and he was absolutely cooking Madrid, especially in the first leg and whatnot. But yeah, just those defensive mistakes did happen. I remember we tied to Dortmund because of poor marking from Kim and whatnot. Obviously, Champions League last year, this season, obviously, but we're talking about the Bundesliga. But that game against Dortmund could have been wrapped up. We would have been celebrating the Bundesliga title before, and maybe we would have been playing our youngsters. And on top of that, who knows where we would have been in the Champions League if, let's not, kind of mention that. I definitely do think this team has a lot of potential. If we basically get rid of the necessary players, and if we sign the necessary players that our coach wants, then I don't see why Vincent Kompany can't stay here for many, many years. We need to have faith in him. We need to trust him. Obviously, we didn't have really many options before signing Vincent Kompany. Hansi Flick rejected us. A bunch of coaches rejected us because they know how the coaching structure works at Bayern Munich. So obviously, it's definitely understandable. But Vincent Kompany said yes. He's a young coach. And I feel like he should have been our Nagelsmann. I wanted Nagelsmann to stay here for the whole decades, for 2 decades, like a Sir Alex for Man United. So we got ourselves a secondary Nagelsmann who has basically the same kind of like attacking philosophy as Nagelsmann had, essentially. So let's talk in company. Let's actually sign the players that he wants. Let's get rid of the players that he wants. And I think we will be flourishing without a doubt. And let's hope injuries don't happen the way it happened this season. Because I genuinely think if we actually did have all of our players, at least maybe if we at least had Musiala in, and I think it would have been a whole different story with our whole season, and we would be still tuning in, and we would still be tuning in the Champions League, and we would have had the Bundesliga wrapped up for sure. That's my opinion on the whole Bundesliga.
Oh yeah, so that's our Bayern Buddy initial reactions to the Bundesliga season, how we thought it went. A little all over the place, but that's how first reactions go. We'll be also bringing a little bit of more of a deep dive into the overall season, not just Bundesliga season, including the Champions League, DFB Pokal, all that. We'll be bringing a deeper dive to you guys once we're, could sleep on it, get a little more time to look into it, the early parts of the season, whatnot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our first reaction to the Bundesliga season, winning the trophy. So happy. Let's go. We won it. We did it. Shut the haters up. Got Kane his trophy. Müller gone. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about this Bundesliga season, how it went, company, all that stuff we talked about. Keep watching. We're going to bring more long form shorts daily. You know the vibe already. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace. Mia san mia.